Hey kiddos, what we're going to do is we're just going to do some quick dictation. We're going to go through probably 1 through 10 and then go from there, okay? All right, number 1, broil. Ready, pound that. Broil. First syllable, broy. Tap it. Bur-oy. Write it. Second syllable, ul. Pound it. Ul. Tap it. Ul. And then this is what you should have, kiddos. Okay, now I heard bur, oi, ul. We know that oi makes that oi sound. That oi diphthong makes the oi sound. Now we know another way to say oi, and it's oy. But we know that oy only shows up at the end of a word. Okay, it's the only time it's going to show up is at the end of a word. And because I'm hearing that oi sound in the middle of a word, I know I'm going to use oi. Okay, let's look at another one. Spice. Spice. Ready? Pound it and spice. Tap it. Write it. This is what you should have. Okay, let's talk through why. We have 2 different rules going on here. The first rule that I have going on, that was a really sloppy P. The first rule that I have going on here is that magic E, right? Sp, I, so that's making that I sound. S. Because all I heard was that long I know that I'm going to put a magic E on the end of that. Okay, it's going to make that I say its name. But because I know that there's a magic E here and I'm hearing sp, I'm hearing that S sound, and I know there's an E, I'm going to use a soft C here because I know that C makes that S sound when it's followed by an I, an E, or a Y. Okay? All right. Let's do another one. My phone keeps shutting off on me, kiddos. Let's try this one. Stage. Stage. Pound it. Stage. Tap it. Age. Write it. And this is what you should have. Again, I've got a magic E, age, so that E is going to jump and make that A say its name, but I have a soft G. I'm hearing the J sound in stage. Age. I'm using a G here instead of a J because it is followed by an E. And I know anytime a G is followed by an I, an E, or a Y, it's going to make its soft sound, which is J, the J sound. Okay? All right, let's look at another word on our list. Partner. Partner. Ready, pound it? Partner. First syllable, part. Tap it. Art. Write it. Second syllable, ner. Pound it. Ner. Tap it. Write it. And then all together, this is what you should see. So part, art, and then So this one really is just following that bossy R rule that we know. So I heard R, which is A-R, At the end of a word is usually going to be E-R. Okay? Good job, kiddos. Let's look. Crusty. Crusty. Crust-E. What do you think? Where should that go? Crusty, crust-E. Crust-E. That's how we know it. Crust-E. Okay? Ready? Pound that for me. Crust-E. First syllable, crust. Tap it. Crust. Okay, so I heard crust. Second syllable, E. Pound it. E. Tap it. E. And then this is what you should have. So I heard crust. Okay, that was pretty self-explanatory, but I'm hearing that E sound on the end. Am I going to stick an E on the end of that? No, I'm going to use a Y. We know that Y at the end of a word is usually going to be E. Sometimes we know it's Y, but when I'm hearing that long E sound at the end of the word, it's usually going to be a Y there that I have. Okay, let's do another one. Farmer. Farmer. Ready? Pound it. farm-er. First syllable, farm. Tap it. Write it. Second syllable, pound it. Tap it. And this is what you should have. Here are a lot of bossy R's going on here, so I have far-r-mer-er. Okay? All right, let's look at another one, kiddos. Let's look at dusty. Ready? Pound it. Dust-e. First syllable, dust. Pound it. D-ust. And then E, what did we talk about? Put on the end of that? A Y. Very good. All right, let's do face. I like your face. Pound it. Face. Tap it. A-s. Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm hearing A-s. But when I look at that, I know that's not a word. But what I know from my previous lessons, that if I'm hearing that long A sound, it's either going to be a vowel team or a magic E. If it's a magic E, and I'm hearing A-s, I'm hearing that S sound, I know it's going to be an E, or be a C, I'm sorry, because it's followed directly by an E. And we know C's make that soft S sound when they're followed by an I, E, or a Y. Okay? Almost done, kiddos. Hang with me here. Soy, like soy sauce. Pound it. Soy. First syllable. Oh, there's only one syllable. Pound the word. Soy. Tap it. Oi. All right, so I know two ways to say oi. Which way makes the most sense here? We know it's going to be O-Y, right? Because if I hear oi at the end of a word, it's going to be O-Y. O-Y shows up at the end of a word. And last one for today, kiddos, is center. Center. Ready? Pound it. Center. First syllable, sen. Tap it. S-e-n. Second syllable, ter. Pound it. Ter. Tap it. T-er. And then this is what you should have. And I know I heard that s-n, but because I heard the s-e and I heard that E sound, I know that my S sound is going to be made by the C because it's a soft C. All right? Good job, kiddos. I want you to go do a spelling activity for me. Take a picture of it turned in and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for working hard.